Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I'm just about up at Horseshoe Meadow where I'm going to hike in and fish for golden trout for Wilderness with Amani on Patreon tomorrow. But it's only about 5:30, 5:45, and I got a lot of time to kill before I cook dinner. I want to cook dinner around 8:30 when it's getting kind of dark, but I don't want to cook dinner when it's dark. So we got to get our fishing in, we got to get it in quick. I'm going to try to pull a couple quick little scrappy goldens out of Cottonwood Creek. They're very aggressive, they're not very big, and the water's moving fast. So I'm using the biggest pheasant tail nymph that I got, and that's going to help me get it into these tight windows. I'm going to be trying to drop my fly into windows about that big, like 3 by 3. And I'm fishing about a 3-foot leader. I might even go down to 2. I got to see what the water looks like. I have to have control in my casting. That's the most important thing. Because if I can't get the fly into these tight windows where the fish are, that means I'm not catching squat. And the creek runs down through these thick bushes that you see. So I'm going to be breaking through some brush. The nice thing about fishing a little creek about 10,000 feet, it's about 100 degrees on the high desert floor, but it's about 70 degrees up here, and it's going to get cool quick. So let's start powering through this brush and see if we can get something done. Oh yeah, I'm already hungry. So by the time I get done battling this little creek, I should be right around desperate, long-lost castaway on an island hungry, where I'm going to be ready to destroy the quesadillas and hot links that I got, and some bagels to toast, and some brown mustard for the hot links. I got some hot sauce for the quesadillas. But first, we've got some business to take care of. There's the creek. It's small. I'm gonna be crawling around trying to drop my fly into some real tight windows, and we're just gonna see if I can not spook everything, because as aggressive as these fish are, they're really spooky. I'd have to cross the stream, because as you can see, I am afternoon shadow master in this with my 10-foot shadow right there. All my fancy talk about tight windows and such were good. I think the only thing I managed to do so far, though, is scare fish. I made my way to the other side of the stream. So now I don't have the shadow issue. So I can get it in there. Hopefully not spook everything. There's one. And no records are being broken here, but these are really cool looking fish. Let me get my hand wet. Get them in the net, get my hand wet, and then I'll show them to you. Here's in the net. Look at those colors. Look at that gold. There be gold in this stream. My gold miner voice is as bad as my pirate voice. It's one of those things where I kind of know what it should sound like in my mind, but when I try to execute it, it's horrible. There we go. That's a beautiful little golden trout right there. Woo! Get some of that gold. Get it back in there, golden. Man, once you spook a hole, that is it. So let's go. I can't keep these little rascals on the hook. This is all barbless. I'm fishing barbless. Last thing I want to do is hurt one of these things. Plus, it's a special regulation 0 bag limit stream. So, got my bead head going. Get my net wet. Trying not to spook too many of these holes, but it's hard to get my hand wet here. It's really hard not to, because everything's so close quarters. But these are really beautiful Goldens, and I love to look at them. Ah, there's one smart aleck in there, and I just can't get him to hit. He's like the nicest one in the pool. And he's just laughing at me. It's the way the golden trout laughs. Let's let this guy on the line for a while I waited for the camera to turn on. When I have boulders like these to work with, I can toss it over the boulders and do pretty good. But even if they get it in there a little bit, you know, with the barbs completely filed off, the nymph will slip right out. There he is in the net. They're just really pretty in the net. And I always have fun catching these little Goldens and sneaking around. It's just, I'm kind of tired now from driving the 5 hours. I stopped and fished that upper section of the Owens, got some nice browns in there on the way here. And now I'm just kind of killing time. You can definitely fire some dries in here. I just ain't got none of that. So I just use what I got. This guy, where's my net? My net's over there. I need my net for these little guys because I don't want to handle them more than I have to. This is a real colorful one here. But I think I'm going to wrap this up really soon because my net's wet. Because I am really hungry and I'm tired from fishing and I'm crawling around in the bushes right now. There he's in the net. That's a really nice looking one right there. And my hand's wet. Let's hold him up for a second. Look at that golden. Arr, look at the gold in that river. Again, with the gold miner talk. And for that guy, I was able to come up behind these trees and I could see him sipping the surface right by that large boulder over there. And when I threw my big nymph that looks nothing like anything he's eating, he went for it, believe it or not. So that's gonna do it. Short leader, beadhead pheasant tail, scrappy little Goldens. There's tons of them. They're just really spooky. And I just wanted to catch a few of them and show you that beautiful golden color. And I wanted to kill some time before dinner. I'm gonna go fire up that skillet, get those hot links going, toast some bagels, make some quesadillas, and I'm going to attack that food like I am a starving wild dog. I'm just going to, So if they find me dead because I choked to death, you know why. Hope you enjoyed these scrappy little Goldens to wrap up the day. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani on this little Cottonwood Creek excursion. Until next time.